Okay, I think we're live now, doing things differently today. Hello and welcome everybody to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Something new that I've been goofing off with. Just picked it up the other day. Got some tutelage from my buddy Mike, and I'm starting to get comfortable. But I thought as a training exercise, I'd kind of overlap a couple of things. Number one, the iRacing seasons that I'm running, right? And especially Camel GT and Outsider Racing League, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I thought it'd be fun to visit the racetracks that I'm racing on in the weeks leading up. So we're going to do this first one out of order, but this whole thing is a training exercise for me to get better at this sim. So I might try different airplanes, but I'm going to start really simple, do the little Cessna, go through the checklist, do a complete cold start, learn as much as I can, probably screw up a bunch, and that's all fine and good. But what I'm going to do first is the Red Bull Ring, and as much as possible, I'm going to use live weather stuff, right? But obviously, if it's nighttime in Austria and I'm going to Austria, I will change it to daytime, right? So, I mean, we don't want to be flying around at night when it comes to this stuff. So what I'm going to do here is first set up my airplane, and I'm just going to use the basic Cessna, the starting Cessna. What is it? The 152, I think it is. 152, is it? Yeah, Cessna 152. I want to do everything manually. So I'm going to use the Cessna 152, and I need to find my airport, right? So what I'm going to do now is go into Google Maps, and I'm just going to type in Red Bull Ring, and we can see here's the Red Bull Ring on a map, and there's an airfield right there. I'm going to go to, here it is. All right, so this airfield here uh, is what we're looking for. So I need to find this airfield within. I need to find this airfield within the flight sim. So what's the name of this airfield? That's not it, is it? That's not it either, I don't think. What's the name of the stupid airport? Zeltweg? Yeah, Zeltweg. So let's go do a search for Zeltweg in Flight Simulator. Let's get better at this. Okay. Um, I'm gonna do search for Zeltweg. Hey, I bet you that's it right there. Yeah, that's definitely it. Okay, so I'm going to, I need to set my delete departure. What I want to do there is choose that I'm starting at a gate. How do I choose the gate? So I'd have to do the full startup. Zoom to details. Here we go. Ah ha ha ha. Okay. So I want to go through the full startup procedure. I'll start here. And what do we got here? That's runway 26 left. And what do we got here? Okay, well, anyway, 26 left is the one that's going to be closest to me. It looks like the wind is coming left to right. So is there a compass here? Well, it's coming from 270, right? So anyway, going to be starting here though, at the gate, completely shut down. And then we're going to fly to the Red Bull ring, which is very, very near there. It's actually just across the street. So this should be a nice and easy first effort for us to start seeing the racetracks of the world. The racetracks of the world. So I might, if this one goes okay, see what I learned from it. I might also go do Sonoma from last week in ORL, where if you haven't seen it yet, I got a win, my first broadcast win, my first ORL win. Pretty excited about that action. So let's make this daytime real fast. So we'll change the time of day to, there we go. How about early afternoon? There we go, 153 works. So I'm going to leave ATC turned on, but I now need to go through a checklist for startup. So I'm sure I'll learn this stuff better and I won't have to go through these checklists, but right now I need to. So It's pretty cool. It helps you walk through pretty well. First thing I need to do is open the fuel shutoff valve. So I'm going to click that little guy. I'm going to check that off, and then brakes. So I'm going to, yeah, my button works. Okay. So before starting engine is done. Now starting the engine. Need to make my mixture as rich as it can be. So that's going to be all the way in 100%. I've been learning about that. Carburetor heat. I need to cold in. Okay, so carburetor heat all the way in. Got it. Prime. What do I do here? As required. Alright, so we're going to pull this out a little bit, I guess. Oh, it's a cycling thing. Okay, well, I'll say that we've done that. We've done it 3 times. I'm going to open up the throttle some. Not a lot. Don't need it a lot. Oh, hold on. That's the wrong way. I need it open 1/2 inch. So let's... I'm not sure which way to go with that. I'm not sure if that means push for open. So I'm gonna call it 10% and see if that starts the airplane. If it doesn't, I'll come back to that. Master switch. Okay, cool. We'll turn on the batteries, turn on the master. Got it. Ignition. We're gonna... Okay, looks like we got it. Let's look out the old windshield there. We do have it, so I'm gonna... Alright. What's it saying? Adjust for 1,000 RPM or less. So I'm pulling it all the way out, just let it idle. Okay, tick item. Oil pressure in green. Where's the oil pressure? Oh, there it is. Okay, we are... Oh, that's oil temperature. Oil pressure is not in the green yet. So I'm going to wait for that to build up for a second. We're not going to tick that yet, but I'll go ahead and turn on lights. Navigation, beacon. I'm going to go ahead and turn on taxi and landing because we're about to do that. Don't need strobe on, right? Not until I get on the runway. So, good. Alright, what did I miss? Oil pressure. Still not in the green, so we're just going to watch that. Remove my yoke from view so I can quickly look down. I'm sure it's fine. Before takeoff, I want my parking brake, fuel shutoff valve open. So that was down here, right? Parking brake's there. Where was the fuel shutoff valve? That's that little guy. I don't want to flip it now, right? I assume it's only got 2 positions, so I'm going to leave that as it is. For takeoff, mixture strobe on. Okay, so we're going to turn strobe on before we take off. That's there. Parking brake. Okay, so in that case then, let me make sure I'm not hooked up to this dude. I'm not. So I want to taxi out here. Well, let's get directions, I guess. Leave that checklist open. Go to my air traffic controller. Turn to the ground. And I wanted to part. Which way am I facing? I'm facing west right now, so I wanted to part west.
Zeltweit ground, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra with uniform request taxi for takeoff west departure.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taxi to in hold short of runway 26 left via taxiway Bravo.
Okay.
Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 26 left using taxiway Bravo Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Okay, so it wants me to go to 26 left using taxiway Bravo. So, what I'm going to do now is release my parking brake. and I've got my joystick set up here. It's still pretty crappy. I'm going to order a proper throttle quadrant that's got a trim wheel, because one of the things you'll notice as we go through this flight is that I have trouble maintaining an easy altitude, and it has to do with the trim buttons that I've got mapped. I'm trying to figure out a better solution while I'm just using a joystick. Let's check our flight control surfaces: ailerons, rudder, elevators. All right. Flight control surfaces check. Got to sound official or you're not doing it right. Okay, let's give her a bit of throttle and hard right rudder to get around this dude. Which I don't think there's collision there, but we're about to find out the hard way with him in his head. We cut his head off. Alright. But we'll take taxiway Bravo here, and I believe... see, I wish there was a sign here to tell me which way to go, but I'm almost certain it's this way. Yeah, because see the windsock there? We want to take off into the wind. I'm just going to taxi down here. Do I go past this one? No avionics in this airplane at all. You just got to do it all by sort of sight. That's not the EOR, right? No, it's a little further down. I'm drifting. The propeller, the way this is modeled, the propeller torques the vehicle to its left, which is kind of cool. Okay, let's get ready to turn our strobe on in a minute. Let's stop short here at this line. 26 left. Okay, good. I'm in the right place. So we'll stop short here. Ooh. Okay, parking brake on. Strobe on. Landing lights. Taxi lights off. Landing lights on. Let's put it back centered there. And air traffic control. Let's get clearance.
Zeltweit Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra ready for west departure at runway 26 left.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra altimeter 29.902 and 266 at 7. Departure to the west approved.
Okay, so what
takeoff runway
it wants me to do is set my altimeter to 29.902, which it looks like it already is, but if I'm not mistaken, I can, yeah, okay. So what that's telling me, what I'm doing is adjusting, if I understand this correctly, what I'm adjusting is the altimeter's accuracy to match the
Cleared for takeoff runway 26
barometric
left,
pressure of the area, right? That way my reading for 0 is accurate. So right now I'm in Austria, I'm in the Alps, and so I'm sitting here on the ground at like 2,500 feet. So let's throttle up, take off our parking brakes, throttle up a bit here, and we can choose. We're already cleared for takeoff, so we can just go solid. I'm not super confident yet, but why don't we just get lined up, kind of take her easy here, make sure I'm good in line to get on the white. I'm struggling with alignment a little bit as I learn how to play this thing. Okay, and we're looking for about 60 knots. The vehicle will just start to lift off the ground automatically, and I'm gonna gently pull back and do what's called rotating. Go gently, gently, gently. We're off the ground. I don't have any gear, so I don't need to worry about that. Oh, 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 fuck. Screwed it up, screwed it up. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to put flaps down. Okay, that's why that was all jacked up. So we're learning lessons. Alright, this is really a bad landing, or a bad takeoff. Okay, we'll do better next time, but that's... The point of this series is to learn, right? So I should have had flaps down and I forgot. Wasn't a checklist item. It needs to be a mental checklist item. When you're landing and taking off, you should use flaps. Yeah, I think I can push 1 to acknowledge that.
Zeltweit Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra continue for west departure.
Alright, so I'm doing what's called a VFR flight, which is just visual, no instrumentation, no flight plan, nothing like that. And now, the bane of my existence, I'm going to try to trim out my flight to where I'm not climbing a whole lot. I'm already at, there we go, I'm already at a pretty happy altitude here, so let's trim the aircraft up a little bit. I want to keep the nose of the aircraft about 3 or 4 inches over the bonnet there. I have to keep the horizon, excuse me, about 3 or 4 inches over there. So what I'm looking for here is, right now I'm climbing at 1,000 feet per second, and I want to sort of zero that out. This is me just adjusting the trim a little bit. I'm also leaning a little bit left, so I'm going to trim and roll a little bit to the right. Trim left just a tad. That should even me out there. I'm going to pitch down just a tad. Continue to mess with my trim until I'm comfortable. And then we'll start doing some maneuvering. That takeoff was terrible. But hey, that's why we're doing this. We're learning. We are learning. So let that run for just a second. Get a feel for how I'm doing. Still climbing. I don't want to be climbing anymore. No autopilot in this thing. That's very intentional. I don't want autopilot. Okay. That's pretty good. Now I'm looking at this gauge. Here's my vertical speed indicators telling me whether, at what rate I'm either climbing or not climbing. So I'm going to go ahead and bank. Use the rudder here a little bit. That was a little bit aggressive. Check out that scenery, huh? My goodness, what a pretty game. We'll fly back over the airport we just took off from. There's some pretty little town. Zeltweg, I guess it's called. I don't know. Never been. I've been to Austria as a kid, but never as an adult. So I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm still climbing at a rate of about. Oh, now we're dipping down. That's just me modulating the nose, the position of the nose of the aircraft. Now there's the airfield, and if anyone was racing with me this weekend at Red Bull Ring, you will know that mountain range right over there to the left, right? That couple of mountains will probably look familiar, because nestled in those mountains is a fancy little racetrack that we all know and love called the Red Bull Ring. So let's get oriented and do a flyover. Let's go outside of the airplane real fast and kind of look around. Dial back my throttle a little bit. I don't need all that airspeed. There's the airfield that we were just at, that I did a terrible job taking off from. A little airplane. So cool. The modeling, the way that they use maps, being maps in this game, is really wicked. Hey Mike, you got your stuff? Thanks for watching. You get your stuff in? I'm doing my Racetracks of the World tour, and starting with Red Bull Ring. I think that's it right there. Yeah, you can see the front straight in the paddock off the right side. I'll fly over sort of the back stretch near these mountains, go exterior from the airplane again, and but yeah, you can see it right there. There's your front stretch. There's the tight right. What is that, turn 2, I guess? Maybe turn 3. I'm not sure how they number the turns here, but we'll go outside of the airplane again. There it is. The ring. So let's just do a roll past it here. Look out the right window. back and do a lower pass down the front straight. Okay, Mike, I'll be there. Turn 3, is it? So, so Phil, is that that kink coming down that long downhill after turn 1? Is that considered turn 2? What room do I have here? Lots of room over there. So I'm going to bank a little bit this way, be safe, and then fly this way for about 30 seconds and turn around, get a little bit lower, and we'll buzz the front stretch a bit. Looking at my gauges, I'm okay, about 23,000 RPM, that's good. Don't need to mess with my mixture at this altitude. Airspeed's okay at 80 knots. I might bump up my throttle just a tad. Alright, where's that racetrack, sucker? Did I overshoot it? I overshot it, didn't I? Hey, beautiful. For a while, yeah. Streaming right now, so I have the internet. I've got more work to do in a little bit. Front straight. Okay. So we're just going to dive down a bit here, not too aggressively, and sort of buzz the front straight. No race cars happen to be on the track at the time that this satellite photo was taken, I guess. Is there a house in the middle of the front straight? Did Nick hit that this weekend? Oof. Oh, that's not in the middle, okay. Wow, but look, the textures are really bad there. Wow, okay. Alright, so that's the racetrack itself. To continue my training here, let's pitch up a little bit. And my altitude's really low, so I'm going to go up a bit. Take it up to about, I don't know, 5,000 or so on the altimeter. And then I want to fly sort of a circuit around these mountains here and check out the surrounding area, the town that Red Bull Ring is in, which I guess is called Zeltweg. Is that right? What's the name of this town? Judenberg? Judenberg? Oh no, Zeltweg. Okay, so Zeltweg is the name of the town. Right, okay. Climbing nice and steady here. Do a barrel roll. It's not made for barrel rolls. It's a Cessna, you animal. Crazy, crazy man. Alright, we never did check that oil pressure. Let's go check that. It's in the green now, so we're going to go into that bad boy there. And, yeah. So I guess you're supposed to allow it to warm up for a while. Before takeoff, we did all these things. 500, okay, we're good. Fuel shutoff valve, good. Mixture, rich below 3,000. Pull the mixture back just a little bit, just cause I can. Strobe is on. Strobe is on, yep. Booyah, parking brake is obviously released. Carburetor heat and cold. Okay, I didn't know about that. Okay, it's good anyway. Throttle at full. We're good. Okay, that's kind of a silly checklist. Alright. We'll try to level off here at about 4,000 and do a little sightseeing around this lovely little town of Zeltweg. and Udenberg. Cars cruising around on the correct side of the road. Phil, I might try a barrel roll. I'm just trying to play it square because these are learning exercises for me. I'm using Racetracks of the world to get better at flying. It's sort of the procedural aspect of flying. Mike and I are going to run an airline together. Career mode incoming. And a whole probably video series of it.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Zeltweg Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra frequency change.
Can I turn on? I guess I can't mid-flight turn on being able to see other players. Not that there would be any necessarily wandering around Zeltweg, but hey, I am, so why not them? Bank over here. Kind of an aggressive angle of attack. That was a mistake. Dirty cargo. Trim down a little bit. We'll drop a little altitude. Get my throttle quadrant that's got the trim wheel on it because the buttons are too, they behave too aggressively. Next time I need to remember to take the stupid flaps off. Look how pretty, oh my goodness. Man, imagine living in that little house at the, or that nice big house at the top of there. How cool would that be for life? That's your view every morning. Man. Can't imagine living somewhere this pretty. Just sort of flying a circuit around the airport at this point. Cruise off to these mountains over here, and then we'll come back around and I'm moving around, Mike. Back off. It's a VFR flight. So, flying for Columbia and landing on the backstretch at Road Atlanta. So I haven't experimented at all yet with landing not on a runway. Maybe Mike can answer whether that's even possible. I know you can crash on a not runway. I've done that. But I don't know about landing on a not runway. Like, could I go land on the front stretch here at Red Bull Ring? I don't know. But I'm not trying it. This is a serious, why so serious kind of mission. Racetracks of the world is all about exploring the areas around racetracks. Oh, that's so pretty. We're going to go there. Exploring the areas around racetracks to help us, I don't know, appreciate a little bit more the fact that these tracks that we enjoy in the sim are, you know, real places with real people and real economies and all that. And it's just kind of cool to see. You can land anywhere as long as I don't touch anything. So if I do this, I'll land aggressively. Okay, let's turn it back around, I guess. Do I have room? Yep. Washington Brothers. Who are the Washington Brothers? I don't know this. I don't know this comment. This reference. Okay, now I should orient myself and start thinking about my approach, I guess. So thank you, baby doll. Is that beef jerky? Yum yum. Look at that guy off-roading. Fly out here to the well, what direction is that? To the east, and then we'll turn back around, spot the runway, and come in for a smoother, using flaps, landing than we took off.
Zeltweit approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna 152 4 miles south of Zeltweit, 4,300 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Zeltweit approach. Squawk 0372.
Squawk 0372 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
So, I'm not sure I know what everything means at this point, but I'm already set, my altimeter's already set at 2992. I didn't change that after taking off, so we're fine there. I did spot the airport off in the distance. You can see that white flashing light. I do believe that's the airport. I don't know what that's all about. Must have something to do with my voice, me talking. I don't know, it's weird. Figure out what that means later. We'll go ahead and start slowly banking around and get aligned. We'll probably just square this off. Okay, so there's the beginning of the runway there. I'm gonna go out a little bit further. I'm a newbie here, so I'm allowing myself a lot of extra room for maneuvers. Go ahead and slow down a bit. Kind of been at the edge of my cruising speed anyway. It's not a fast plane, this little guy. Down gently. If I remember right, the airport was at 2,400 feet, and so right now I'm about 1,500 feet over that, 1,600 feet over that. Okay, you can see the approach lights there. That's what I'm going for. I want to request full stop landing.
Zeltweit Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is 5 miles east, 3,900 feet with uniform to land.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Zeltweit Tower. Altimeter 29.92 phoneme alphabet equals 6 Microsoft UPS PH equals WIHND wind / phoneme 266 at 7. Fly straight and runway 26 left.
26 left. All right.
Make straight in runway 26 left Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra phoneme alphabet equals X Microsoft UPS PH equals WIHND wind
Okay.
slash phoneme 266 at
I
7.
don't know what the Microsoft
Clear to land runway 26
alphabet
left.
crap is, but whatever. All right. We're going to acknowledge that clearance
Clear to land runway
and do our
26
best here.
left Cessna
It's not the
X-ray
part
Golf
that I'm
Sierra.
good at, not that I'm good at any of it. Off to the right there, we should see the ring, right? Somewhere. Where's the Red Bull ring? I'm not on it yet. Alright, need to be paying attention to your landing though, Ben. Okay, let's get lined up here. Get ready to put flaps down. I need to land at like 80 knots, if that, right? So let's go ahead and put flaps down 1 notch. Nose pitches up. Trim down, trim down. Firm flaps, yes. This feels pretty good. Turn in a little bit. I have this habit already, and I don't know why, of being too far off to the left on approach. I haven't figured it out yet why I'm doing that. I'm getting a little faster than I'd like. Rate of descent is really fast. Need to level this off. Might be waving around here. Put down 1 more on flaps. Okay, this is looking a little bit better. Rudder. Flare a little bit. Rudder. Right. On the ground. Hey, that wasn't terrible. Off center. Again. On the left. Again. But not miserable. Mike, how fast was I going when I did touch down there? I wasn't looking at my airspeed enough. I was looking more at the vertical speed. All right, now we're going to do a shutdown as I get here, which I'm assuming is fuel shut off and the master switch off and all that stuff. Shouldn't be all that bad.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra exit runway when able.
Yeah.
Zeltwig Airport Information Uniform 1300 Zulu. Line 266 at 7.
Turn tower.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra contact ground on 118.7.
You want me to park?
118.7 for Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
So request taxi to parking.
Zeltwig ground Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra taxi to parking. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra taxi
So
to
how do I
general
know
aviation
which
parking via taxiway Bravo Foxtrot Golf.
Bravo Foxtrot Golf? See, why aren't these signs labeled? I know I can go look up an airport map, but like when I'm in an airplane taking off somewhere, I see numbers and letters on the signs. Maybe they just aren't modeled. Oh, hang on, what was that? Modeled on the other side. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. One-way road. Haha. Gotta eyeball it. I don't know that this is a taxiway. I might be where the cars go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Where does it want me to go? Acknowledge.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Bravo Foxtrot Golf Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Well, this is a taxiway because it's got the blue lights. You're going the wrong way. Okay, that's makes more sense. It's one of the hardest parts for me so far is just learning how to navigate the actual airports themselves. So, which way should I go? Continue the wrong way, probably, I assume. Ooh, there we go. I'll assume that's my parking spot because there's dudes out front. Oh yeah, there's a marshal there. Got his wands. I used to do that. Little known fact for some of my viewers, I know a lot about airplanes as far as how they function, how they work. I worked on F-15s in the military, but I never flew them. I wasn't a pilot. I was a crew chief. Pilots break them, crew chiefs fix them. But there's this amazing um, disparity, right? You see in the movies, people they'll fly their plane and then be able to work on it when it breaks down in the desert, right? It's crap. It does. It's an absolute lie. Don't believe that lie. People who work on planes don't know how to fly them. People who fly planes don't know how to work on them. So I think that was relatively successful. Um, so I guess, oh, my engine's still running. Or is that just slowing down? Okay. I didn't even have my landing lights on. See, I forgot that. I forgot all kinds of stuff. See, that's why we're doing this. I want to get better at it. So parking brake is on. Did I do that fuel shut off? Where was that fuel shut off? There was a fuel shut off somewhere down by my feet or something. Ah, there it is, fuel valve. Okay. That's basically the reverse of the checklist, right? We're off. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching the first installment of Racetracks of the World in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We'll try to do some more of them. Um, yeah, cool. Thanks.